Hey, during the video from Friday with this thumbnail, we got into our complaints of streaming services. We'll clip it here and you can enjoy it. The full video is available on my channel. Take it away, Marcus.
We have all this shot content. We're in the middle of a strike, and yet everything keeps getting delayed. I think I seen something today where Ironheart got pushed to like 2025. And I was like, how? They have a tentative date in the spring of 2025. I'm like, how do you have a finished product like Ironheart, like supposedly Acolyte, like Agatha, like Ironheart, or excuse me, not Ironheart. What's the Echo? You have all these finished shows. You have a log jam for content because nothing's being made right now. Why aren't we at least seeing like teaser trailers or coming soon?
Because the philosophy of Disney Plus shows of Marvel and Star Wars have slowed down, and they now realize that it brings no money at all. It's useless, and so all right, guys, we're not going to ask
in the middle of no one else having any other new content to put forward, and you supposedly have all this shot stuff. I mean, that's a void in the market right now.
Netflix has been putting out content every single week. The strike did nothing to them. So,
yeah.
So, like, I think you also got to think about the business side of it. There's like deals in place, and there's like actors you got to move around. So,
but
you might have
a strike will affect Netflix eventually.
Yeah, if it has they have to because they have all production.
After strike is over, so once they get the actors on board,
you don't get it. You don't see how there's going to be like a hole because writers have to write shows. They have to be filmed and they have to be in post production. Then they go out, right? So fine. Yeah. Netflix has been fine over the last 6 months or 5 months, right?
Yeah.
The effects of the last 5 months with nobody writing are going to be felt now, or a few months from now,
or coming in the winter and the spring.
Yeah,
but the thing about Netflix, though, they outsource too, so they got a lot of like Korean content on there, so they don't really, you know what I'm saying, they're good. That's gonna hold the
road.
I guess so.
That's the problem with the other streaming services. They're not as diverse as Netflix. Like Paramount has to do Paramount branding. Peacock has to do Peacock branding. Disney can't go outside of the realm of PG.
Bluey is from Australia. Oh, but you were talking about PG, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So they only have a limited amount. Like when Deadpool got added to Disney Plus, the families went nuts. They don't care that you have to put a code in. It shouldn't be on there at all. So, they got to be careful what they put on there. They can't just go to Korea and get a show and add it in, and then maybe there's titties on it, and then people get that tight.
I don't think that the family-friendly stuff is worth it. I'll say it differently. It makes more sense. The rejection from parents of what's family-friendly isn't loud enough. No. Let me be more specific. A rated R show doesn't affect parents the way that you think. They don't care. Their kids are not going to watch no rated R. They're going to choose the cartoon with the dog, and they're going to choose to watch the things that they're interested in. When they see a guy with a gun and on the movie trailer, on the thumbnail on Disney Plus, the kids aren't going to click on that because that's not appealing to them. They'll still continue.
That didn't happen with Punisher. When Punisher got added to Disney Plus, it was a whole big deal, and the whole association came at Disney for it because
I'm
kids
only
were
hearing about
Punisher.
it now. Well, if
is it still on? Is it still on the?
They didn't remove it. They just kind of try to ignore them, but the long run it might hurt because it's a babysitting service now. Families can be like, I can just put Disney Plus on for my 5, 6, 7-year-old. Don't have to worry about them surfing anything that they shouldn't be surfing because everything's
what precludes Disney Plus from being like any other streaming service and having adequate parental controls? Like my son's not able to see a certain amount of content on Netflix because of the profile he's in, because of the parental settings. Even if he was on our account, so he would still have to have something in between there. So it's like, if you don't have the interfaces in place, that's kind of on the company, right? And it's easily remedied as well.
In other countries, Disney Plus has stars.
Yeah.
And that tab has all their mature content. I don't know why we don't have something like that for
I think they want to do that with Hulu. The problem is they have to buy Comcast out of that contract to use it exclusively. They don't got the bread. They don't have the bread. And so they mix and match, right? And then the stars is the international thing, right? But we don't have that. There is no, you know what's funny? So I think it is it New Line Cinema is a Disney company or was a Disney company at one point. New Line
Yeah.
Cinema. You know, New Line Cinema made Dead Presidents. I wonder if I'm ever going to be able to get on to Disney Plus and watch Dead Presidents. I wonder. I mean, it's a property they own. It's a movie I would like to see as a grown man, as an adult. What was going to stop me from watching Dead Presidents on a Disney platform, knowing that Disney owns the property? They own the film.
I see it. It's up.
Like, no.
Is it up there?
Yeah. It's on,
I do hope that we get to keep Hulu.
Is it on
I
Stars or
I
is it
want
on
them
Disney Plus?
separate.
No, I'm on Disney Plus. In the search bar, I put Dead Presidents. It's there. I don't know if it's under the Stars tab, Marvel tab, but it's
You're
there.
lying.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see if that's on mine.
But it's crazy that like it's crazy that like Hulu puts out better content than what Disney puts out, and they're underneath the same umbrella. Because like something like Fright Crew, which is like a kid family friendly thing, whatever, it's on Hulu. I was like, why isn't this not on Disney? This would have been good for them. It's original animation, yada yada yada.
Probably a deal that they made beforehand.
So yeah,
maybe
that's
first, right? Before. It goes on Hulu first, and then 2 years when that expires, Disney can acquire it.
That's also true. Because remember, they don't own the whole thing, so Fight Crew might not even be a Disney show. It might be a Comcast show, or what's that other thing? They take all that network that they take all their shows from and put on all the time. FX or something like that. It might be FX.
They do that for a lot of networks. That's another reason why Hulu is such a competitive streaming service, is because not only do they share content with other streaming providers, but they have those network deals too. So if you watch any of the the ambulance shows or the cop shows on network television Monday through Friday, half of the people are watching that on Hulu, right? Like if you don't have cable, you don't have local TV, Hulu is the spot.
Or even comedies. That's where I watch Abbott Elementary. I don't watch it on ABC.
How long before Tubi becomes paid?
Stop
They
Stop it.
Oh, boy.
they're gonna put a $4.99 a month on there.
All the subscription services are raising their prices. So.
Yeah, I'll tell you what's going to happen with Tubi. One of the bigger streaming services is going to purchase it, and that will be their lower tier content.
Roku.
So like if you can't afford the $20 a month for Netflix eventually, we'll offer you Tubi for 10.
10.
Yeah, I'm paying $20 right now for Netflix.
10 is crazy. I'm not paying 10 for
Tubi for $10.
But see how the price is raising, right?
That's a $5 subscription.
Like I mean, for a premium streaming service, Apple you're paying $20 a month. It'll get there.
One subscription costing $20 is too high.
Yeah,
that's when I go. That's when I go. Okay, listen, I don't need
to watch
Loki that badly. Instead of watching Loki for $20, and then a whole another month later, I have to re-up because I'll only get 5 of the episodes. Right? I'm just gonna wait. I'll wait for most of that stuff to be out, and then I'll be able to binge my show. I'm not gonna spend money on Disney Plus like that. When my subscription ends, Perp, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, to kind of push.
I'm gonna eat you alive.
No, just to push back on that.
With your binge,
because like people, but I said people can like complain about Netflix raising their price, but at least they have the content to back it up. A lot of people are raising their price and they don't have the content.
It was only a couple of years ago where Squid Game literally saved them from bankruptcy. So like, let's not be too strong on they always have content. They have runs. And then they have lows.
No, I'm saying they do though, but like I can always find something to watch every week on there, compared to like, what do we have to watch after Loki's done on a Disney Plus? Like,
you're right about that. Yeah.
So in comparison, for sure, they have more content. They've also had a longer time to compile things too.
No new content though. They do have a refreshing new lineup of new things all the time, where something like Max and Disney Plus don't.
Yeah, Max is really quiet. Like they don't really have nothing big coming till like next year. Like
no, Max absolutely sucks. Everything about Max sucks. I will not talk about it.
I'm not going there, bro.
Like, the library is fine. I'm saying the way that the app operates, maybe it's just my smart TV, but I swear to God, that thing is terrible. It is
not smart TV only. It's mobile. It's wherever you put Max, it's trash.
And it was fine too. It was fine. Why did you have to change the program? Only thing you had to do was change the color. You wanted it to be blue? Fine. Sure. Make it blue. Leave everything else the same. You didn't have to change a thing.
And it looks the same. It's just blue. The interface is exactly the same. Like Netflix has changed their logo multiple times, and they've never been able to do that.
to get to your point though, Perp, about the
Mhm.
way people are viewing Netflix. So I worked for a cable company for a number of years, you know, selling HBO to grannies and whatnot. And my main argument to people who was, oh, I got Netflix, I got all this other stuff. The only thing that you have to do is talk to them for like 5 minutes. Just talk to them. What do you watch? Oh, I watch this. This show's on Netflix. I watch these shows on Hulu. Watch these shows on HBO Max, and you know that's just what I watch. I don't need cable, right? But after you get done talking to them about everything that they watch, and then you talk to them, oh, you only want internet. That's cool, fine. We're gonna give you the a la carte price for internet. A la carte price for internet is $60 most places, 60, $70, right? So after you get done paying for the high-speed internet, the install, all that other stuff, you add together your three streaming services. Guess what you're paying? You're paying way over $100 a month anyway.
Yeah.
To have less content, right? Even if you say Netflix is one of the better streaming services, it can't necessarily compete with a cable service. The reason why is because when you get a cable service, whatever auxiliary service that comes with that channel, you get access to. So I get ESPN Plus or ESPN, the Watch app. I get the Fox Watch app. I get the CBS Sports Watch app. I get, if I have HBO in my package, I get HBO. I got Disney Junior I can stream on my phone. Anything that's in my cable package, now I have access to the app, and I don't have to pay individually for like $20 a pop, $15 a pop. When they approach that $20 price mark, regardless of what's in that catalog, you're getting into a point where you are pricing yourselves above cable. You start pricing yourselves above cable. Who's going to hold Netflix? Just keep Netflix, right? As opposed to having access to over 100 streaming services and cable channels live for the same price, along with the internet, and it'll make the internet cheaper. They're putting themselves back in a position where they're competing price-wise with cable packages, which isn't good because that used to be the whole point of going to streaming services in the first place.
Just like this whole point was supposed to be Star Wars, but we're talking about parental controls and Hulu is where all.
But it's a good time. No, this is a good discussion, though. You know what I'm saying?
So I'll clip it whenever we began this. It'll be a clip video. Subscribe to Chillmonger. Subscribe to IMDL. We got Marcus's channels back the bus. SSJK.Sanctum.
Yo.
Prep Minded contributed, and Zach Attacks Reviews.